go vacation when I can activate my which I have to join classes while I sleep. Maybe this message will nice one, Abdurrahman. Okay, guys. I hope that everything is going well with you. So let's start our reading comprehension. Today we will start with the reading comprehension words do not pay as a kind of revision first, so that we can get ready for the next semester. Of course, this one was an excerpt or was translated or taken from a speech by Chief Joseph. Chief Joseph, he was one of the chiefs of Native Indian people in America. Of course, when people started to discover America, there were some people living on it. And as you are going to study by the next year, you will know this. People have already inhabited America for centuries ago. So once people from Europe started to know that there is a continent called America discovered by Christopher Columbus, they started to immigrate into it. They found some native people there, and in order to have their land, they started to chase them down by killing them, by robbing them. Of course, later they tried to just include them into some sort of behavior educational, some sort of school, trying to teach them about their method, teaching them the language, etc. But on the other hand, they were killing and chasing them. Okay, who can start with the background? Hussein?
Okay, teacher.
Can you start with the background, please?
In 1863, the Nez Perce tribe refused to sign a treaty that would make them move from their ancestral land in Oregon to a much smaller reservation in Idaho. Despite the refusal, the United States government sent in federal troops to force the Nez Perce off their land. In response, Chief Joseph led his people toward Canada in a 3 month, 1,600-mile flight across the Rocky Mountains. He eventually surrendered to General Miles in 1877, under the terms that his tribe could return to their homeland. Instead, the Nez Perce were sent to Oklahoma, and half of them died during the trip. In one of many appeals to Congress on behalf of his people, Chief Joseph made this speech in 1879 in Washington, D.C.
Alright, so simply we are speaking about some people. They are called the Nez Perce tribe. These people, guys, they were living in peace in their homeland. But once the white men came into America, they wanted them to move from their ancestral land in a region and to move in some other reservation, very small one in Idea. Of course, to do so, I cannot just come to you in your house and tell you, leave this house right now and move to another place. Of course, you will refuse. It's pretty obvious. On the other hand, the United States, they have their troops, they had their armies, they have the fire weapons. If you can look at this page, you will see that the Nez Perce tribe, they were some sort of native men, so they did not have any sort of gunpowder or fire. So they were just fighting with some arrows and just some very simple weapons. But the troops of the United States, they were very modified compared to them. So they started to chase them down. Chief Joseph, he led his people into Canada. This was a 3 months trip that took 1,600 miles across the Rocky Mountains. Of course, this is very, very dangerous one, especially that above these mountains you can die easily. Die of perhaps you can slip from the mountain or even from the frost, the coldness. It's very, very cold up there. So he tried to do that, but unfortunately, he eventually surrendered. And the reason for for his surrender is to save his people because he wanted to keep them safe. Unfortunately, most of them were dying about that time, so he just needed to make sure that they are safe. Under the terms that his tribe will come back to their homeland. Yet, unfortunately, they were just words. They did not go back to their homeland, but they were sent to live in Oklahoma, and half of them died during the very dangerous trip. So, in the Congress in Washington, D.C., Chief Joseph he made this speech, and we took the speech and we altered it or changed it into the comprehension in front of you, just like Barrington Irving, if you can remember Barrington Irving, the same thing. Yeah, it was speech made into a reading comprehension. Okay, so shall we start? Anything hard so far? Okay, Nawaf. Nawaf Samir. Safe? We're safe.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, can you start reading, please?
Okay. Teacher, do I read from I do not understand?
Yes, exactly, from paragraph number 1.
I do not understand why nothing is done. For my people, I have heard talk and talk, but nothing is done. Good words not last long unless they amount to something. Words do not pay for my dead people. They they do not for country now worn by white men. They do not protect my father's grave. They do not pay for all my horses and cattle. Good words will not give me back my children. Good words will not make good the promise of your worship generally. My good words not give me will not give my people good health and stop them for dying. Good words will not get my people a home where they can live in the peace and take care of themselves. I am tired of talk that comes to nothing. It makes my heart sick when I remember all the good words um and all the broken promise. There has been too much talking by men who had no right to talk. Too many.
Misrepresentation.
What is it?
Misrepresentation.
Misrepresentation have been made. Too many misunderstood understandings have come up between the white men about the Indians. If the white man wants to live in the peace with the Indian, he can live in the peace. There need to not be no trouble. Treat all men alike. Give them all the same law. Give them all an even chance to like and grow. All men were made by the same gracious spirit. Sheep. They are all brothers. The earth is the mothers of people, and all people should have equal rights upon it. You might as well expect the lives to run backward as the any man who was born a free man should be contained when pent up and they need literacy to
The very
uh,
he,
to go where he blesses.
please go. Thank you very much. So,
Welcome.
okay. So, and the first paragraph, Chief Joseph is standing right now in Washington D.C. and in front of all the leaders of the American people, and he was just so furious that he started his own speech by saying, "I do not understand why nothing is done for my people." From the first paragraph, from the first line, we come to figure out that how furious the man is. Okay, so furious, so irritated, just don't understand why all of his people is being treated like that, why none of his people is being saved. Your call, Sarah Amir is not with me to hear it with Mr. Abdul Hadi. I'll try to contact him later in order to give you the email, okay? So again, in the first paragraph, the man here, Chief Joseph, is very irritated, very furious, very angry that his people are not being treated in a good way, and he just don't understand. He doesn't understand why nothing is being done for his people. I have heard talk and talk, nothing but talk, nothing but words, and words will not do me any good, but nothing is being done, as good words do not last long unless they amount to something, meaning that if you give someone a promise, stick to that promise. Never just say a word, I will do something, then you must do it. You cannot just neglect your talk. You cannot just skip talking. Okay, I'm just saying this because I want him to leave me alone. No. If you said that you are going to do something, you must achieve it. You have to do that. Words do not pay for my dead people. They, those dead people, those words also do not pay for my country, which you have stolen from us. Now overrun by white men. You have taken our country by force. We do not allow you to take our country, but you killed us and you took it by force. They do not protect my father's grave, which you have already uprooted. Even my father's grave. Now, how can we communicate with our ancestors? Because in these reservations, guys, they have some sort of thinking that they can't communicate with their ancestors, even through their graves or some visions or some Holy Spirit or something like that. And now, by uprooting and destroying and ruining their father, the grave, so you prevented them from communicating with their ancestors. So, and you just say You're not gonna do that, but you did it. So they do not pay for all my horses and cattle which have been killed. So these good words you say right now will not give me back my children, which you have killed and taken from me. So just stop saying these good words, cause I'm sick of it. That's enough. Even you say something and you stick to it, or you just stop saying it. These good words will not make good the promise of your war chief, General Miles. He said that he's not gonna kill us, and he started killing us. So these good words also will not give my people good health. Most of them now are sick and they are dying right now because of the journey they had to make and stop them from dying. Good words also will not get my people a home where they can live in peace and take care of themselves. Unfortunately, now we do not have a home, we do not have a place to live in, and all of this only because of the white men. You are the reason for this, and you're just trying to give us some hope by saying some good words. But all of this will do us no good. So I'm tired of talk. That's enough. Enough for me. That comes to nothing, because it's only talk. Like when you have a problem and you ask me to solve it, and I say, okay, I'll solve it. Okay, I'll solve it. And each time you speak to me about this problem, I say, okay, I'll solve it. Yet I do not do anything. So at some point, you will get tired of my talk and you will stop just asking me from doing that. Okay, so that's what he's trying to tell these people. It makes my heart sick when I remember all the good words and all the broken promises you have given us. There has been too much talking by men who had no right to talk, too many misrepresentations. So, misrepresentation means when you present someone and another one will represent you in a very bad way. So, that's a misrepresentation. You're not telling us what we need. You are just trying to make some good words. We will give you a home. We will stop killing you. We will not take your horses. We will not rape your women. Yet, on the other hand, you do all of this. So, the misunderstanding, the misrepresentation between us must stop. Okay, because all of this have been up between the white men and the Indians, and all of this because of what? Because you think that you are superior. You think that now, because you immigrated from another continent to our continent, you have the right to live here and kick us out? No, all of this is very misrepresentation and also misunderstanding. If the white man wants to live in peace with the Indian, he can do that. It's pretty easy. There need to be no trouble. There need to be no trouble. All of us can live in peace. Earth is very, very huge for all of us to live in. But we are just wanting to kill each other. We want to do something very bad. So treat all men alike, guys. Because really, all men are alike. Our Prophet, peace be upon him, he said that there is no superiority for an Arab man over a non-Arab, but with good deeds. Okay, so all men are alike. Give them all the same law. All of us are living in the same place, so give us the same law, give us the same perspective, the same respect, and we all shall live in the same place with respect. Give them all an even chance to live and grow, to see their children grow in front of them. All men were made by the same great spiritual chief. Of course, to some people, okay, because they are Indian, they think that there is a great spirit which created all of the planet, and this great spirit has some sort of power. For us Muslims, we know that we were made by our God. Okay, so it varies from one civilization to another, and we will study all of this by next year in grade 9. So they are all brothers. all of us were made by the same creator. All of us are living in the same place, which is planet Earth. So just give us all uneven chances, and we shall live together in harmony and in peace. And all people should have equal rights upon it. So because you are a white man, you do not have superiority over me or some extra rights over me. You might as well expect the rivers to run backward had that any man who was born a free man should be contented when pent up and denied liberty to go wherever he pleases. So, meaning that it's very impossible for a man who was born a free one to change, to become a slave. Oh, it's impossible. Do not deny me my liberty. Do not deny me my freedom. Consequently, we can live all in harmony. But if you are trying to deny me my liberty and freedom, unfortunately, there will be no understanding among us. Among us. So far, so good.
Yes.
So far. Okay. And paragraph number 2, Turkish Shamrani, your mic still works. نواف البلاع. مشعل. Someone raised his hand. Muhammad Al-Ataibi. Hello, Ataibi. How are you doing?
I'm fine, teacher.
How was your vacation?
It was very nice.
Yeah, that's great, man. I hope that you enjoyed it. Can you read, please, Muhammad?
Okay, paragraph number 2.
Yeah, paragraph number 2.
Okay. Let me be a free man, free to travel, free to stop, free to work, free to trade where I choose, free to choose my own teachers, free to follow the religion of my fathers, free to think and talk and act for myself, and I will obey every law or submit to the penalty.
When you do something bad and later on there's something will you will be judged for it. Okay, so in paragraph number 2, the man is very simple. He's very easy. Guys, it's a pretty easy situation. I don't know why you are just making so much noise, so much random choices about it. It's a pretty easy. Now I'm asking you, just let me be a free man. All I need to do, me and my men, all of us, we just need to be free men. Nothing else. We need to be free to travel, free to stop, free to work, free to trade wherever I choose, free to choose my own teachers, to follow my own religion, one of my fathers, free also to think and talk and act for myself. That's freedom, that's liberty, that's what we were raised upon. We were raised to be free. So we just need to be free, nothing else. And I will obey every and each law that you will submit. If I do not obey the laws that you put after being a free man, very acceptable to you to submit with penalty. Do whatever you please to me. I have no words in this. But you must know that I'm a free man. You cannot just deny me and my men our liberty and freedom. So give us all the same even chances. Give us all the opportunity to become free once again, because we were free before you invade our land, and later on we can just be free and live with the same principle. Okay, we will start by solving this by the next period. We will just watch a quick video about this one.
Can I answer number 1?
We will solve them by next session. We still have another session, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Teacher, I have
Do
a
we
question.
leave?
No, you do not. You will just watch the video first and then you can leave.
Teacher, I have a question.
Yes, Muhammad, any question?
And Tuesday there's a session like starts at 8:30. What is it about?
Advocacy.
I
Yeah.
have no idea about that actually. If it's an 8:30, then just check the name on who put it.
Okay.
Teacher, I
Yes.
think you or the PE teacher will take this session.
Okay, I'll just contact the American Diploma Coordinator or Mr. Abdo, and I will just see about that session. Okay? And let's watch this video.
I have heard talk and talk, but nothing is done. Good words do not last long unless they amount to something. Words do not pay for my dead people. They do not pay for my country. They do not protect my father's grave. Good words do not give me back my children. Good words do not give my people good health and stop them from dying. I am tired of talk that comes to nothing. It makes my heart sick. I remember all the good words, all the broken promises.
And this photo, guys, shows us how they were suffering in the journey they had to make to escape from the white men who were trying to kill them also. Okay. Of course, all of these photos, guys, show us the transformation from the Indian people. These people, they were living in teepees, were living in harmony, were living in very, very peaceful way, until the white men came into their lands and they started to just destroy their lands and uproot their ancestors' grave. And later on, they started to scatter all around the continent. Due to that, you can see the suffering on their faces, and also some people of them started to accept the ways of the white men that they changed it. Any questions so far? No, Zohira. unfortunately we cannot hear you so far. So guys, any questions so far about the reading comprehension?
No, teacher.
Alright, I hope that you get ready for your first day, and it was a nice session, and I hope that all of you